What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I have something a little bit different, at least for this channel. I'm going to be reviewing a pen. I don't have any pen reviews on this channel, but this pen, if you watch the unboxing, was sent along with the Wee Bishop from Wee Knives. So, full disclosure, this was sent by the manufacturer. This is the Wee Knives Titanium Bolt Action Tactical Pen, I think is the exact way that they say it, or I'm not sure if it's exactly in that order. The model number is TP-03A. Really cool, titanium, and it's been anodized purple. I don't know a lot about pens, but I'll tell you this. I've seen a lot of pens made of titanium for sale, and this one seems to be extremely well made with a lot of detail for a pretty reasonable price. $66. Now, I know a lot of you, from my channel, you're not going to... Look at that. The anodizing comes out as soon as I put my hand in there. A lot of you from my channel are going to, understand, where that price is coming from. If you're watching this video and the pens you carry are this or this, then yeah, of course, you're not gonna see any value in this. In fact, let's use these as a size comparison. Those are two super common pen types. So that's okay. I mean, yeah, all pens, most pens write, most good or most decent pens write. This pen is no different. Mainly what you're paying for with this pen is the materials used, the design, and just, I don't know, cool factor. That's what you're paying for. There's no reason to hide that. The switch, the actuator switch, is in the style of a bolt action rifle. You slide it up and then it slips into place back there in that slot. The texturing on the top there allows for that to be extremely easy. In fact, it's kind of fun to play with. This is one of those things where if I needed a pen just to write something, it would be fun every single time I needed to write something. It's as simple as that. The pocket clip is nice, and it's kind of in Wii style, but it's also fitting with the style of the pen. You can see there's just a little bit of texturing and a single screw holding it in place. About that much is going to stick up out of your pants or your shirt, wherever you hook it to. One of the only things left in my EDC, my stuff that I carry, one of the only things I don't have that I could actually use is a nice pen. And I would really like a dedicated pen, and after I got this, I went and took a look at the other pens that we had. And seriously, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on a Wii pen at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this one, but I like the idea of an anodized colored pen. There were some cool green ones, and go check them out. They're really cool. But anyways, this and a flashlight are the only two EDC items that I don't have that I kind of want. The flashlight, I don't know how much use I'd get out of, but a pen, I would use it every single day, all the time. I'm always losing pens. I probably go through 480 pens a day. Not really, but I would love a dedicated pen, and I think it would be easier for me to keep track of something if it were nice and if it were expensive. I have easily killed $66 worth of pens. That's what this pen costs, by the way. I've easily killed $66 worth of pens in the last 3 months alone, just in how many I lose. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's close. My point is I could justify, for as often as I lose pens, I could justify that amount of money for a pen like this. But it's a really cool pen. I'm really impressed with this, especially, I would want titanium. I've seen the brass and the copper pens, and I've been tempted by the Hinderer brass and copper pens. I think he makes a brass pen. I don't know. His titanium pens, though, I can't justify that price. I'd pay $100 or less for a nice pen, something dedicated that I'm going to keep with me all the time. But once I'm over that, I'm kind of then I'm starting to think, well, what else am I paying for here besides materials and craftsmanship and cool factor? I don't know, to each their own. Some of us are not ever going to be able to justify spending more money than what something like this costs, but everybody's different. Let's go ahead and measure this real quick. The overall length there is just under 5 inches. And weight on this pen, 1.23 ounces. So, yeah, 1.20 ounces. Again, guys, I don't know anything about pens, so I don't know if that's heavy or if that's light. I don't know. You know, it's made out of titanium. It's about as light as I would expect something of this size to be. The purple anodizing on this is really, really compelling. You know, and I'm from Kansas, and I am more of a red and blue Kansas guy than I am a purple Kansas guy. Those of you who are into college basketball, you know what I'm talking about. But I can't deny that this is a really cool looking color. You know, you've got hues of blue in there along with the purple. And, you know, with anodizing, as you press your fingers in and the oils of your skin rest on the surface or an anodized surface, it bends those hues and creates sort of an iridescent. I don't know. It kind of creates iridescence. But anything that's anodized purple, I think, has natural iridescence, just as the light bends around it. I probably don't know what I'm talking about there, but I don't know, you know, other aspects of a pen that people like to see. I know that there are some professional pen reviewers out there, but everything seems to function just fine. There's a ball bearing back here. I have to assume that is something that you could use as a glass breaker. I don't know how effective it would be. I mean, it seems like I could, if I'm just thinking about it, I could hold on to this and use it for that. I wouldn't want to put my finger right here, but I think I could hold on to it and use it, but I don't know. That may not be a glass breaker. I may not know exactly what I'm talking about, but the style of this pen and these, you know, the cutouts and the curvature and all of these little angles here, it's smooth and it looks nice, and I think it all, you know, the whole pen looks like, you know, okay, so what I'm saying is sometimes I have pocket knives where the pocket knife looks good, the silhouette looks good, the blade shape looks good, everything looks good, and then it's got a funky line or something, or unnecessary texturing or something, or maybe the pocket clip just looks weird with it. The whole pen looks nice. Everything on this pen looks nice. I would be, you know, if I was like shopping and there were a bunch of pens on display, and this one was laying out in a bunch of different colors, I'd be compelled to pick this one up. I like this. I like the machining here, this kind of random waviness. Sorry, I don't know what my phone's doing there. I like these random little cutouts here. You know, I don't know if it provides any excess texturing. Me personally, and again, I don't know anything about pens. I kind of like when there's texturing right here. I would have liked some horizontal lines right there just to give me that feeling that I'm holding on to something, but who knows, you know. This is just a really cool pen. These bolt action pens are awesome. I will say this, when I do pick out a pen, it's going to be a bolt action one. That's just awesome. Unless there's some other sort of fidgety mechanism, I can see myself doing this all day. I love that you can release it and it just flips up like that. That's really cool. I don't know. I never thought that I would get a chance to review a pen because I didn't know, well, more than one, because I thought the only one I'll ever review is the one that I choose for myself, and that'll be it. But, you know, holding this one and playing with it, I can see why people get into pens. I think, you know, I want to say on Nick Shabazz's gear review contest right now, there's a guy that's a dedicated pen reviewer, and his whole channel is just pens. So if you're into that stuff, you should go check that guy out. But now handling it and playing with this, yeah, I can see why people get into pens. You know, these are cool. And it's just one of those things where, do you need to spend extra money to get something, you know, exotic and crazy when it writes arguably just as well as a regular pen? Probably not. But then again, I don't need to be carrying a Hinderer XM18 or a Spyderco Shaman with me every single day either. I would do just fine, probably with well, not necessarily the Rat 1, but the Rat 2 or Spyderco Cadet or something like that every single day and spend under $40. But I don't, because I like, well, I do sometimes, but what I'm saying is I carry more expensive knives, more so just because I like more expensive knives. I like having something cool, you know, and interesting. A lot of times it's just a conversation piece. So that, I can classify this, you know, the same way. It's cool and interesting, and people who are into stuff like this, I think that the price, $65, $66 for something like this, is a little bit easier to swallow than $200 for some other brands like the Hinderer pen. When I saw that price, I don't want to pay $200 for a pen. That's just me. But anyways, guys, that's going to be pretty much it today. That's pretty much all I have to say about this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was slightly entertaining to you. If you did, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either knives and EDC gear that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So please check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, then please subscribe to my channel because there is definitely more coming. Thanks for watching and have a great day.